Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and today we're gonna have a look at this Army Painter metallic set. Army Painter sent it to me to show to you guys and review and have fun with it, and I am super excited for all these pretty metals. And today I have these guys all primed in matte black, ready to go. And if they don't work very well on matte black, well, I guess I'll be figuring out something else. But I think, much like Army Painter's other metallics, they should be quite opaque. So I imagine they'll do just fine on this. Let's find out. Look. It says, feel lucky, you may find a rare golden brush in this box. I'm not feeling that lucky, but you know, it could happen. Well, I guess I should say I'm feeling pretty lucky about these paints. I wonder what the golden brush will be like. I wonder how many are in this kit, like how many are given out. I don't know. I have no idea. Let's find out if I am a winner of a golden brush. Nothing yet. Ooh. Oh. No golden brush, just lovely paints. Ooh. The full range of 124 war paints. And how to prepare it before use. Very nice. Yes, I will do so. And their handy guide for painting and modeling. And ooh, nice owl bear. Snowy owl bear. And basing. They have a basing kit too. I must try that out if you want to see their basing kit as well. I have one that I need to try out. Hobby products, all the stuff that they have. Hobby tools. Is there anything I don't have? Cool stuff. I got basically everything. Am I a collector of hobby stuff? All right, we've got 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Now they say to put smashed, missing, broken, contact us. Everything's good so far. And no special brush, but hey, it's alright. Fairy dust. I'm excited to see how this will be. Is it just like a metal medium and they've called it fairy dust? I'm gonna find out. And we've got evil chrome. Well, it definitely doesn't seem like a chrome to me, does it? Evil chrome. It's gonna be super shiny. Tainted gold. These are definitely metallic colors I haven't seen before. I guess this is similar to a dark bronze, but this dark green one has new night scales, metallic black, I guess. Glitter green. It's a very bright green. Turquoise. Oh, turquoise. Azure magic turquoise. Oh, it's lovely. Elven armor. Nice. It's a pretty blue. Royal purple. Ooh, that is a shade of metallic purple I've not seen before. That looks fun. Gemstone. It's a nice red. Let's see how bright that is. And zephyr pink. Okay. So first things first, we want to get these Army Painter mixing balls into them. They're 16. Bum bum ba-dum bum. Bum ba-dum bum. Ah. Get back here, you. Oh, I should do this over paper towel. Come here, you. Come here, you. Anyway, you probably don't need to watch this, but I'm going to put army painter balls in all of these guys. They suggest to add 2 somewhere on the box, I think. Drop in 2 of the free mixing balls for best result. Now, there's 16 mixing balls, but there are 10 different paints, so I need 4 of my own. Thankfully, I have 4 of my own. It is a strange number to add, though, I'm gonna say. Guess they really want you to grab the extra pack of mixing balls, which is not a bad thing. Kind of strange, but not a bad thing because you're gonna want it for all your paints anyway. All right. Just like that. Gentle, gentle. One, 2, 30, and then I go get my electronic mixing paint mixer because that's a lot wiser. Okay, from my experimentation, I've discovered that they are basically all the exact same consistencies. Their opacity is quite nice. As you get to the fairy dust, it is the most transparent of the bunch. This is just one thin layer, and I imagine with a second layer, if you felt the need to do so, they would be absolutely the same colors that you see in the bottle. So you are able to easily gauge what color you're getting from looking at the bottle itself. Bum, whoop. Bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. All right. Now, Necron number 1. Let's brush over the front and let's dry brush over the back. I think the dry brushing will diminish the metallic appearance of it, the shine of it. We're gonna find out. I'm just watering down my brush, and this one is a regiment brush. My nail brush is the Wargamer small dry brush. Nice and gently. As I expected would be the case, this has great coverage. It's pretty, isn't it? I think that's enough to give a good idea of what it looks like. Pretty. Alright, now we're going to do the dry brush. Using the mighty dry brush. I guess we could probably do something smaller, but I think the mighty dry brush will do just fine. We'll see. We shall see. Alright, dry brush is just and bum 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 bum. Boop 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 bum 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 bum. That's much faster, isn't it? Hmm. Oh, you dry brushes. Charmers, you. We've got brushed on versus dry brushed on. So there's definitely a... Well, let's try putting on a second coat of that dry brush. Because there's less, will be less on the dry brushed part than this one. So this one seems brighter and a bit shinier than dry brush version. So let's put on a second coat of the dry brush version. See if that brightens it up a bit. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Still slightly glossier on this side, but not by much. I think for the speed of which you could paint these guys, I'd probably just go with the dry brushing if I was doing a model entirely of this color. Of course. Fancy. Slightly more pink when you have slight pink underneath. More like a stippling. Still much easier to do. Bum, 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 bum. Pretty, 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 pretty. Alright, next we've got Azure Magic. Oh my. That is a nice color. It's very easy to put a layer on without it negatively affecting the layer underneath that is still wet. So you do have a bit of time to get it on the way that you want it, which is nice. So this is for brush on, but Iron Painter also has a airbrush medium, and I imagine it wouldn't take much of the airbrush medium with this paint to make it airbrush ready, because it's very smooth. Bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum. Yeah, so this dry brush is not quite dry. I just need to add an additional coat. It's working the same way as dry brushing, except for it's thinned down the color a bit. So you just need to add an additional layer on top of that. Or, you know, be more patient and wait for it to dry before you use it. Oh, it's so pretty. It's much easier to get the dry brushing on there than, particularly if you're doing large surfaces, it's much easier to dry brush it on there smoothly with those dry brushes than it would be to brush it on nature of the brushes and all that. So I would probably dry brush it on, and then anything that I really wanted to shine, I just carefully lay over. Apply a layer over to bring out that shine, so any edges and stuff like that. Pretty. Look at these colors so far. Aren't they lovely? Oh boy. So nice. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3. Now pink. Pink. Zephyr pink. I assume the lighter ones are not going to cover as well, so we're going to find out, because this is probably the lightest. Besides the fairy dust. Yeah. Figured. Right, waiting for the first layer to dry. Dry brushing in the meantime. Boop, 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 boop. Dry brushing, you can really tell that this is a less opaque paint than the darker colors. This is one that, just to save yourself time, unless you wanted this darker, duller pink look, you probably want to put a pale color underneath rather than this black. As you can see, a pale color underneath is much easier. This was only one coat. There's a big difference between the black and the pale color underneath. So definitely suggest putting something underneath to help lighten it up. It will get there though. Stippling it on now a bit more. It just requires a bit more time. Next. Blue! Look at that pretty blue. Oh boy. This one's having no problem covering. That's the color on my thumb there. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's put another layer on you. See what you're all about. La, da, 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 da. Bum, bum, bum. Start seeing that pretty pink coming through right away with the second layer. Pretty pink with the barest touch of orange. Pink, pink. Yeah, this guy would it would look much different with a lighter coating, or probably even a medium colored. This being what it would look like dark, this being what it would look like light. Could get several different colors out of the one paint, depending on what you put underneath of it. That seems to be certain. However, you can get to the light point, probably with 3 layers. Let's have a look at this lovely green. Oh, that's bright. That color. Let's see if we can brighten that color up with another layer. Yeah. Notably dulled down a bit on the dry brushing side. Definitely more gleam on the brushed on side. But I think still pretty good. That was glitter green. Next is the tainted gold. Oh, that covers really well. Not difficult to make smooth. It wasn't difficult to make it smooth here either. A big difference, perhaps, between pale undercoating and black undercoating. I imagine with a cream or white undercoating it'll look like very aged metal. Dusty gold, probably. Let's dry brush this fella. Dry Ooh. Oh man, the ease of dry brushing. Boom, done. Definitely muted reflectivity, but perhaps if you stippled it over, it would come back a bit. Maybe. Still very good. Nice. Now the bronze. Evil Chrome. It's very soft color. Definitely goes on easy. I guess I'm unfamiliar with a chrome that isn't silver. But then it's evil chrome. Evil chrome. Softer than copper, less red than copper, paler than bronze. It's like nearly a pink gold. When it's wet anyway. This is turning about, I don't know. It's nice though. Could probably use it to make all sorts of different brownie metals by adding in the other colors. A touch of one of the other colors with it. A touch of the red might make a nice copper. Again, as we would expect by this time, the dry brushing is a little bit muted in reflectivity in comparison to just the brushed on. And there it is with dry brushing, which is actually not much different this time around. And there it is with the nail. Definitely warmer on my nail than on this black. Something to note. Alright, now the night scales. Must be careful not to go overboard. It's pretty evident where it is and where it isn't. Just makes it sparkly. This is not the same as gloss black, that's for sure. There's definitely a sparkliness to it. You might be able to use it as a gloss black for applying underneath other metals. It didn't come out that well on the fingernail, definitely less opaque and less smoothly transitioning. Let's try a second coat. I gave it like a really dark brown kind of look. Just one coat over my nail. It looks like a second coat is all that's needed to make it black. Bum bum bum. Boop 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 boop. I wonder what kind of effect this would have as, I don't know, oil stains perhaps? I wonder. What do I have? Definitely, again, there's slight less sheen to the dry brush side. This one is more like a glossy sparkly, while this would be more like a satin. I'm definitely gonna have to try out how this fairy dust is supposed to be used, but yeah, let's just give it a go over this black. Boop, boop, boop. Definitely covers pretty nicely. Actually, kind of looks like a chrome over top of this black. Super easy to put on. Could definitely use it as a highlighter for metals. Cool metal effect. Now this one definitely cares about what's underneath it. That's made a metallic effect with black, but with white or with something pale underneath. Makes a very, very pretty white. Very pretty shiny white. Let's dry brush the other side. Bum, 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 bum. Yep, makes a nice cold metal. This one will definitely care about what you have underneath it. Sparkles. Is that for pink? Royal purple. Azure magic. Pretty. Elven armor. Gemstone. Glitter green. Tainted gold. Evil chrome. Night scales. And fairy dust. What does it say anyway? Just to give you an idea of how to use it, so you just gotta keep playing with it, but it looks lovely in white. Kind of like a... It's really pretty white. It also makes a very pretty steel or silver. And I imagine it would look good over other colors. What other color can I put it on? Over top. Blue. Kind of makes a highlight. And how about over top red? That highlight isn't quite right. Over top purple. Over top no. Doesn't quite work out. How about over black? Yeah, that looked pretty good too. Good combination. crusted soar with fairy dust. Come here, you. As one would expect, the crusted soar color is diminished a bit, but how about its metallic properties? Just want to cover up the color underneath. Doesn't matter if the color underneath has metallic properties, this should be a thick enough coat that only the properties on top will matter. And we'll put it over here, just in case. Doesn't have the same sheen, but it is a mild can make slightly duller metallic paints, I think. Well, these are my first impressions anyway. I can't wait to keep using them and playtesting them. I hope you enjoyed it, and again, let's just have a close look at all of these. We've got pink, azure, glitter green, royal purple, evil chrome, tainted gold, elven armor, fairy dust, night scales, and gemstone. Thank you very much, Army Painter, for passing along these glorious paints to me. I very much enjoy them. I'll be using them all over the place. Oh my gosh, they are very nice. Very nice consistency. The consistency across is basically the same, so you know when you're using one instead of the other, they're basically the same. They would work well on a wet palette because they're thicker paints. The wet palette would probably be the best for them. And of course, Army Painter has a fantastic wet palette just for that. They're super smooth, so I think transitioning them into airbrush paints should be relatively easy. They have this thinner flow improver airbrush medium just for that, so I'll be trying that out in the future to see what they're like, since I do like airbrushing metallics. Absolutely, so I'm going to have to give that a go. This seems like a really great kit to have if you like metallic colors or painting fantasy things. I definitely didn't need that much paint. A droplet of paint or two paints an entire miniature. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and it was useful to you. People have requested I start putting these pictures up on Instagram. Well, I guess this will be the first picture to go up so that you can have a better look at them. Thanks for watching. Bye!